hello there! Let's keep your week rolling just right with the right mix of news and conversations. And whether catching us online or on TV, hop on, join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
So we got on our jam-packed show as per usual. We have a bit of artistry happening in today. The performing arts is here because Ballet Philippines is back in the building. Not quite something on Wizard of Oz. We have Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. And we always love talking to Kathleen Liechtenstein.
Yes.
And we are going to be having, I believe, two of the cast members will also be joining us later on for the interview. So that's happening later at the Hangout with our friends from Ballet Philippines. When was the last time we had Kathleen on the show? A couple of months ago.
Yeah, a couple of months ago.
Right?
And it's nice because we are getting better and better at saying her last name.
Oh, yes.
Kathleen Liechtenstein. So, of course, very happy to have them over. Always fun to have artists here. I mean, we normally have theater performers, we have ballet performers, we have a lot of musical guests coming in. So it's always great to support the arts here on the show. Of course, later on, we're going to have a very special edition of Love Hacks as well.
Yeah.
Because Coach V is coming in with a caller.
Another live caller.
Yes.
Second time on the show for us to have a live caller joining us for Love Hacks. You know what, guys? Pwede to join us in the studio. You don't have to hide behind the behind the phone.
Or gawa tayo ng screen dito so they can hide behind. Ano yung mga anonymous?
Pwede.
Ganon.
Parang yan, no? Yung parang when you interview someone, tapos naka-silhouette lang.
Or
diba?
yung mga mukhang suspect.
Oo. Ano yung voice? Hi, Coach V. Coach V, I'm broken-hearted.
Tapos yung caption sa baba, nakaw ng puso. Parang ganon, diba? So, it would be really great if we had something like that. But of course...
suspect pala siya. Suspect ng pag-break ng heart. O, diba?
Yeah. Murdered a relationship.
Yes.
Mga ganon. So, we have a lot in store today as per usual. Again, you can catch us on our social media accounts. We're live via Facebook and on YouTube. And here are the accounts right below. And my partner is going to be taking a look at whoever comments and just chats and joins us.
That's right. I always check the comment section, so go ahead and send us your messages, your questions for Love Hacks later. If you have any love questions for Coach V, we can still accommodate those questions.
Yes.
So let us know. Send us BNCPHL, whether on Facebook or on YouTube. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Headlines, news that you can use. But as always, we start with a look on the roads.
Yes, we do.
At this hour, let's see if you're going to get stuck in traffic this morning. First up, we are going to be taking a look at EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens, you are seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Moderate to heavy traffic already building up on that lane. Opposite side, no problem yet. Those are the vehicles going to Cubao on the right side of your screens. Light traffic on that area. Now this time, let's take a look at what's happening along EDSA Quezon Avenue flyover. There you go. Left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Quiapo. Moderate traffic on that area. And on the right side of your screens, those are the vehicles heading to Quezon Memorial Circle. Same situation, moderate traffic on that stretch. Now, heads up to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Thursday. So vehicles with license plates ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what will the weather be like this Thursday? Let's go find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at severe tropical storm Verbena, which is now outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Now, as of 5 a.m., the center of Verbena was last located 240 kilometers north of Pag-asa Island over in Kalayaan, Palawan. Now, it is packing maximum sustained winds of 110 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 135 kilometers per hour. Now, even if Verbena has exited the Philippine area of responsibility, you can still expect heavy rains and strong winds that will be felt far from its track. Now, Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 remains hoisted over the Kalayaan Islands. Now, residents here may still experience winds of up to 61 kilometers per hour and intermittent rain showers as Verbena's outer bands continue to affect the area. Now, for today, though, for the rest of the country, there are 4 weather systems that are shaping the country's overall weather pattern. Now, the northeast monsoon continues to bring overcast skies with intermittent rains across the Ilocos region, the rest of the Cordillera Administrative region, and the remainder of the Cagayan Valley. Now, this creates a cooler and slightly damp start to the day. As you can see here, temperatures a bit lower here. Benguet, wow, very low, 17 degrees Celsius, as well as Baguio, too. Now, the shear line, which is the boundary where warm and cold air masses collide, will produce widespread cloudiness and scattered rain showers and isolated thunderstorms. Now, this is true over the Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Mainland Cagayan, and Isabela areas. Meanwhile, the easterlies are pushing moist air towards Aurora and Quezon, resulting in cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and possible thunderstorms all throughout the day. Now, there's also the severe tropical storm Verbena that continues to bring rains and gusty winds over the Kalayaan Islands, as we mentioned a while ago. Again, tropical wind signal number 1 over there, while its trough or extension will still affect the rest of Palawan with the occasional rain shower. Now, for the rest of the country, including Metro Manila, you can expect generally fair weather, but with partly cloudy skies. And in the afternoon and the evening, rain showers remain possible, still due to localized thunderstorms. As you can see here, all the weather systems affecting the country. Easterlies coming in over here, bringing warm weather towards the eastern part of the country. The shear line, where the cold and the warm air masses meet, affecting this area over here. That's around the Aurora area. The northeast monsoon bringing in the cool weather to the extreme northern part of the country, and of course Verbena affecting the Palawan region. Now, as for our sea conditions, gale warnings remain hoisted over the northern, western, and eastern seaboards of northern Luzon, as well as the western seaboard of southern Luzon. Now, you can expect rough to very rough sea conditions with waves ranging from 3.5 to 5.5 meters. Now, these affect the coastal waters of Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, the western coast of Pangasinan, mainland Cagayan, and the Kalayaan Islands. These dangerous sea conditions are caused by the northeast monsoon, as well as severe tropical storm Verbena, which still affects the country, which are still also bringing strong winds and large waves. All sea travel in these areas in particular is strongly discouraged. Mariners and fisherfolk are urged to remain in port or seek safe shelter until the conditions improve and the waves begin to subside. Now, for the rest of the country, seas will be light to moderate, making conditions very favorable for small vessels. That is it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao. Now, on to our top stories this morning. Former Congressman Zaldico and 7 sitting lawmakers have been recommended by the ICI to the Ombudsman for being so-called contractors. Aside from Co, ICI Chairman retired Justice Andres Reyes recommended CWS Party List Representative Edwin Guardiola, Bulacan 2nd District Congressman Agustina Pancho, Surigao del Norte 1st District Congressman Francisco Matugas, Tarlac 3rd District Representative Noel Rivera, Pusong Pinoy Party List Congressman Journey Nisay, Uswag Ilonggo Party List Congressman James Ang Jr., and Cagayan 3rd District Representative Joseph Lara. Reyes recommended the Ombudsman file criminal charges against the lawmakers for being directly linked to government contractors.
No member can be financially interested in government contracts, franchises, or special privileges during their term. They're also prohibited from intervening in government matters for their own personal gain or where their office could influence the outcome.
Prior to this announcement, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said that the DPWH and ICI are ready to submit evidence to the Ombudsman, recommending charges of graft and plunder against the contractors.
Magrekomenda sila ng kaso ng plunder, anti-graft, bribery, conflict of interest sa 8 congressman na may-ari ng mga construction company na may proyekto sa DPWH.
You know what, partner? If you look at the amount of money that was allegedly taken by these 8 contractors,
Yes.
actually si Zaldico pa lang, let's put a spotlight on Zaldico, yung company niya na FSco Builders, nakakuha ng 5.3 billion pesos worth of DPWH contracts in the Bicol region, NCR, and Cebu from 2020 to 2025. This is just FSco. We're not including Sunwest
Yes.
and High Tone.
Yes.
So may amount of money rin na nakuha the other two companies of Zaldico and his family. And also, if you look at the total amount of money that was
Mentioned.
taken by these 8 contractors, it amounts to 100 billion pesos. That is a lot of money. Kung ilalagay mo yun sa, let's say, feeding program para sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo, that would feed how many cities?
Well, first of all, 100
How
billion might
many
be too much, by
regions?
the way. That might be too much for a feeding program. But
Diba?
at the same time, I think your point is being driven home, and you're absolutely right that the 100 billion could have been used for something else. Though, technically speaking, it should have been used for these projects. Technically, should have been used for these projects that were allegedly taken from. Now, this is exactly what we were hoping for, by the way, from all of the investigations from DPWH, from the ICI, that we are going to discover more names that weren't mentioned previously in more public forums. Now, I'm sure there are, because the cases are to be filed, we're going to hear yung mga defense din nila. And I think that's going to be an important part of course, discovering yung mga proseso of how these anomalies happened in the first place.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
And we're now going beyond Bulacan and
Yes.
beyond Bicol.
Certain and we're not just looking at certain regions
Yes.
now. We're focusing on the others as well.
Yes.
And people may be thinking na parang ang bagal, but kasi when you look at yung past statements and interviews from, let's say, the Office of the Ombudsman, from the ICI, from Secretary Dizon as well, from DPWH, gusto kasi nila you gather enough evidence so that pagka naipresenta ito sa court, hindi madidismiss ang kaso
Yes.
because hilaw, wala masyadong
Airtight
ebidensya.
yung,
Yes, they
argument.
wanted to be airtight. So now that they have gathered evidence, ICI will be presenting these documents to the Office of the Ombudsman para iproseso na ang mga kasong isasampa dito sa mga congressmen na ito.
Yes. So this is still a developing story,
Yes.
and we are going to hear more about all of this. And
the list will grow.
yeah, this will grow. Naalala ko dati, every time a name was mentioned, siguro the same day or the day after, there's always a denial about the charges
Yeah.
and the willingness to be investigated. So again, let's put the words to the test and figure out whether or not these alleged contractors are as guilty as the evidence is pointing out for the ICI, or at least the recommendations have been
Yeah.
made for the ombudsman to consider. All right, so we're going to have to move on here because we can talk about that forever, because President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has confirmed that the Anti-Money Laundering Council has frozen additional assets of former Congressman Zaldico. Now, among the new freeze orders are more than 200 bank accounts, 15 insurance policies, 2 helicopters, and 1 plane, all worth approximately 3.9 billion pesos, for a current total of almost 12 billion pesos in frozen assets.
Umpisa lang po ito. Mas marami pong asset ay mafo-frozen para maibalik ang pera ng tao sa kanila. Ito po ang aming pangako, that the money of the people will be given back to the people.
According to AMLC Executive Director Matthew David, the freeze orders are meant to ease investigations into possible money laundering schemes, adding that he believes even more assets will receive freeze orders in the coming days. So, 12 billion is the assets of just Zaldico.
Representative 11.7
Zaldico.
billion pesos,
Yes, that have
actually, to
been
be exact.
frozen.
Oh my goodness. And
My question is, how do you freeze a plane? Napaisip ako dun eh. How?
they get it? The government gets it?
But is it here?
I'm not sure.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Napaisip ako dun eh.
Oo.
Like, how do you freeze air assets?
Baka they look for it, and when they find it, they get it.
No, di ba?
As easy as that.
Allegedly, nakita natin sa Malaysia.
Yeah,
The
yes,
allegedly, right? So,
And also, the campo ni Zaldico saying that these are actually not his, but yung kumpanya.
kumpanya.
Yeah.
So,
diba?
another question is, are these his personal assets or the company assets also? Are they included in it? Like, I don't know if there's a differentiation. So, I wish I had the line items and then could compare it to sa SunWest or
But
anything else.
11.7 billion pesos worth
12.7.
of...
Kulang ka ng 1 billion.
yeah, 11.7.
11.7,
Yeah,
okay,
11.7
yeah.
billion pesos worth of assets going back to the government is a really big amount. And
Grabe.
dapat lang na, you know, yung
Yan
may
yung pang-feeding
restitution.
program mo.
Oo, di ba? Kasi imagine when you every time that your accountant gets money from you to pay your taxes. And then, ang hirap, minsan sweldo mo, magkano lang. Tapos, and then they get a huge amount from your sweldo to pay your tax. And then, makikita mo tong mga news na to, they get 100 billion of what you pay for and use it for something else.
Well,
and it gets to someone else's
To be fair, hindi
pockets.
naman 100 billion,
Kaya
11.7 billion
But
lang
but
naman.
diba? I mean
Oo naman, Ann.
the kaninang amount, all the eight contractors, we're laughing about it now, but when you think about it, how much taxes you pay and
be
it
fair.
goes to something else, that is the reason why the people are angry, and that
To be
is the
fair,
reason
yeah,
why
we're laughing
Oo.
kasi it feels like fiction just how big the number
Diba?
is. Oo.
Parang you can't wrap your head around it because it's just too much money. Our money,
And
diba?
speaking about too much, by the way, the ICI is an interesting topic right now because we actually disagree on this. You can go ahead.
The Makabayan bloc pushes for the ICI to scrap their closed-door meetings. This comes as Quezon 3rd District Representative Reynante Ariogancia and Occidental Mindoro Lone District Representative Leo Di Tariela visited the ICI office with no live stream.
Habang merong nandyan yung regulation na kailangan ng consent ng sinumang sasalang sa hearing na siya ay magko-consent sa live streaming, gugustuhin ng masasalang na hindi to ma-live stream. May paprotektahang reputasyon, may kung anumang ayaw sabihin na gagamitin sa kanya against him later on.
However, ICI Executive Director Brian Osaka says that guidelines must be followed to protect the rights of those under investigation.
We have to follow the law also in other issuances of the courts, particularly the Supreme Court, wherein there are executive sessions that may be allowed if there is legal and factual basis. In this particular case, the resource persons opted and asked for an executive session, which was granted by the court or by the ICI. They cited sensitive and private information that might be divulged during their testimonies, and the commission saw it fit to allow an executive session.
All right, so we disagree on this, and we're going to make this really quick because we're running out of time. But we disagree on this because I actually am in favor, or I am okay personally with the fact that it is not being live streamed simply because of the fact that it was classified under an executive session. That means technically, executive sessions, they aren't as public, they aren't live streamed.
Yeah,
Or shouldn't
they're closed
be,
door.
right? It
Yeah.
shouldn't be. But if that is going to be the only way resource persons open up, then I'm okay with it rather than them not talking. I understand the point of it being live streamed, dapat makita yung tao, but I would rather have the free flow of information and the proper authorities making the deliberation, because that's how it should be anyway, and not by publicity, that we see the decisions being made.
Yeah. This is exactly why they should prioritize the bills that were yung mga prinesentang bills na magbibigay ng more teeth to the ICI. Kasi right now, they don't have subpoena powers, diba? Contempt also. Kulang na kulang yung powers ng ICI. But I am for yung live streaming of these hearings, diba? Because sabi nila, there are sensitive matters that need to be discussed behind closed doors. But meron pa bang sensitive sa mga, let's say, allegations that were given by Roberto Bernardo of the DPWH,
Well,
the Discayas, diba? They have named names already. And ngayon kasi we are after transparency and accountability, and the people want answers, and you having these the ICI having these closed door sessions and we don't know what is going on, mas lalo kasing it fuels the frustration and the anger, the outrage of the public.
Understood, but remember the issue also is the safety of these people who may be afraid to name names because of potential threats if their names are made public, or at least sinabi that this is the person who said
Which is
this.
actually the same situation also of the witnesses sa Blue Ribbon Committee
So,
hearing,
and I'm
diba?
sure they would have preferred an executive. But
Yeah.
anyway, we have to move on here because that could be a long conversation. And here, PBBM should be given the chance to fix a flood control mess. Now, this is according to the 1987 Constitution framer and retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Adolfo Ascuna. On BNC's On Point, Ascuna says while it is not illegal to call for government officials' resignation, stepping down is not the right move for the president.
If he does so, it will, I think, destabilize the situation. After all, he was the one who exposed the flood control scandal, and he's apparently doing the proper steps to take action so that the culprits will be given justice.
Ascuna also explains the proposed People's Transition Council is unconstitutional.
It would violate the oath to defend and protect the Constitution, which the officials take, especially the President and Vice President.
Now in world news, 2 members of the National Guard were shot and killed in Washington on Wednesday near the White House, putting the building into a lockdown. Washington police says 1 suspect is in custody. U.S. President Donald Trump is said to be away in Florida for a Thanksgiving party, while U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is in Kentucky. The Secret Services did not immediately respond for comment. National Guard soldiers were deployed in Washington since August as part of Trump's immigration crackdown. And here we go with our first cup of tea, relapse yarn. Actress Kim Chiu shuts down Kim Herald fans' fantasy of a possible comeback. That's after the Chinita princess was spotted with ex-boyfriend and ex-love team Gerald Anderson at a ball. On X, Kim wrote, "Nakakaloka yung feed ko Kung makapag-relapse, akala mo talaga di tayo niloko 15 years ago. Ha ha ha, char not char." Kim loyalists praised her for not romanticizing an old flame, saying other Kim Herald fans have collective amnesia. So tama naman, di ba? The heart was broken na before. Huwag na tayo mag-relapse.
Kung nandito lang si Coach V,
Sabi nga ni Coach
huwag
V.
mong balikan.
Oo, sabi ni Coach V, if they did it to you once, there's a possibility na baka maulit yan. So, diba? Let's move on. But I enjoyed reading that.
Let's move
that
on again.
post. Second cup of tea. Amid the wildfire of controversies in the Miss Universe pageant, an arrest warrant was issued for the franchise's co-owner. Jacafong and Jakratuta Teep faces charges regarding an unrelated 2023 fraud case. This comes as she failed to appear in court after being released on bail in 2023. A company has sued Jakratuta Teep for an alleged fraud amounting to $930,000 US. The Miss Universe organization is yet to release a comment.
Now, you know what? Taking a look at that, it feels like the drama will never end when it comes to Miss Universe.
I know this conversation, the controversy, the scandal, it will just go on. And you know what? I'm wondering, whatever happened to Miss Jamaica, the one who fell off the stage?
Well, yeah.
Alam ko she was in the ICU for a couple of days, and maybe we should do a follow-up
And
on that.
importanteng
Is she
distinction
okay?
dun, duman siya sa ICU, hindi sa ICI.
Hindi.
Oo. But we're happy that actually, it's good that we didn't get any, because the assumption is if you went to the ICU and there was no updates worthy enough to being on the news, na okay siya eventually. But we're going to try and figure out if that is the case.
Yeah, we have to. Let's make a follow-up on that. I am curious as to what happened.
Because if something happened to her beyond that, then we would have already talked about it.
Yeah,
right?
I actually did the news nung Sunday sa Agenda Weekend that the family said na it was not as hopeful as they expected yung condition niya. So let's see if she's okay now.
Yeah.
But that's our tea for this morning.
Of course. Now, up next, we are in for a treat this Christmas as Alice in Wonderland is reimagined through the art of ballet. To talk about all of that is Ballet Philippines President Kathleen Liechtenstein. And when Beautiful Day returns, we're going to have that great conversation. Don't go away. Back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, a beloved childhood classic returns, this time brought to life through the magic of dance. From December 5 to 7, Ballet Philippines transports us down the rabbit hole with a full-length production of Alice in Wonderland at the theater at Solaire. Now, how do you transform a timeless tale into exquisite choreography? Well, we've got Ballet Philippines President Kathleen Liechtenstein to answer that on The Hangout. Once again, welcome back to the show, Kathleen. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful day to you.
Thank you so much. Carl.
It's so good to see you again.
It's in Christmas time.
Yeah.
In Christmas time, definitely. And you know what? It's always a pleasure having you here. We
Yes.
always love the fact that our conversations are always colorful, that we can talk about the arts and ballet in particular. This time, Alice in Wonderland as your Christmas offering. Some people might be wondering, bakit Alice in Wonderland sa Christmas? During Christmas time.
Bakit hindi? I think Alice in Wonderland is really a story of journeys,
Yeah.
of having an adventure and finding yourself.
Okay.
So that's what we are right now, di ba?
Right. You know, viewers will want to know what is so special about this version of Ballet Philippines Alice in Wonderland, the second time that you did this production, if I'm not mistaken.
So this time, it's new choreography,
Yeah.
new costumes, new set, and even the music is original.
Really?
By
Okay.
the masters.
Of course, of course. So we actually have a little preview of the costumes here. We have some of the performers here with us today. Of course, the Queen is here. And I'm going to assume Cheshire Cat? No. Yeah, am I right?
The hair.
The hair. Sorry, Cheshire Cat. Let's take a look at that here. There they are.
Nag-isip tuloy ako dun sa cat, pero cat? Wait.
I'm not sure. It's a hair. No, it makes more sense
Off with
now.
your head.
Off with my head, right? But again, it's so great that it is an original musical. So original music, original choreography, all done by Ballet Philippines. When we talk about the nature of this, may pagka-Filipino ba that we're going to find in this particular production?
You know, of course, there's always a Filipino element in the dancing kasi Filipino ang mga dancers natin. But it's a contemporary ballet, classical ballet based on the novel of the original writer. Okay.
This isn't just, a ballet. You've described it as a spectacle, a holiday, Christmas spectacle, right? With whimsical sets, costumes like what we're seeing right now with the Queen and the hair. It's a blend of ballet and choreography, pantomime. Ano yung biggest creative challenge, bringing Alice in Wonderland to life on the stage this time around?
I think our choreographer, our artistic director, Misha, had really a challenge on how to size up Alice in Wonderland.
Okay,
Size up.
yeah.
Remember,
Yes,
she becomes
she
a
goes
giant.
bigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
grows really like a giant.
Yes.
So this time, what he did was to size her down. Oh, you will see it. You will see it. It's
Oh,
very
I'm curious.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%. We're seeing a bit of the footage there of the promotional work that you're doing here for Alice in Wonderland. And I can't wait to see it because the thing is that the nature of the story of Alice in Wonderland, napaka-chaotic, it's a big
Yeah.
mess, there's so many things happening, and it feels like almost the opposite of what ballet is. Where it feels choreographed, very proper. How does that all work out? I'm sure napanood mo yung buong proseso. So how has that been like watching come together?
You know, Paolo, I was even telling them, naku, para tayong ating status ng ating government.
Oh my gosh. So bumaba ka sa
Chaotic.
stage? Ano ba?
Chaotic, ano?
Chaotic.
It
Yun.
really has that element of the child in you. May mga twists and turns na hindi mo akalain.
Yes.
But it gives the story a very, very emotive power of the dance itself. So, pag andun ka, pag nanonood mo, I was in a rehearsal and I was just mesmerized kasi sabi ko, wow! Hindi ko akalain
Yeah.
Alice will be like that. Also, the dancers have really continuously harnessed their skills. So makikita mo talaga right now the improvements that they have gone through. Ang ganda. You'll be so proud of the artistry of Filipinos.
You just said twists and turns that will surprise yung audience in this
Literal, by the
retelling
way.
of Alice in Wonderland. Was there a particular character that you reinterpreted in a different way, in a fresh way, one that really stood out?
Alice.
Alice herself. Okay.
Alice herself was in a journey that was very contemporary in this element, no, and her element this time.
Okay.
Which is so different from the innocent Alice in the book.
In the book, yeah.
Of course, she's still innocent in this story here, but her concept of looking into herself becomes so different in a way that right now parang AI.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's so interesting.
Yes.
So
very.
I want to talk about your team that you brought together to make this happen. Again, your artistic director, Misha, if I'm not, I hope I'm getting the name right, Mikhail Martinuk.
Yes.
Martinuk, right? The pronunciation.
Misha na lang, mas
Misha.
mabilis.
I know, so much easier. But I don't know, we have to be proper. But yeah, when we talk about Misha coming in, news eh. When we talk about Misha coming in, we all know his credentials. He's an honored artist by the Russian Federation, and he comes in with a big resume. And of course, when you talk about yung vision niya here with this particular production, how could you describe yung work niya so far?
His work is exponential. Every show that he produces, talagang you can see the elements he puts of surprises. Like for this, for instance, it's new music.
Yes.
He used Debussy. And yet, if you listen, which you will be listening, kasi a-attend kayo, namimilit,
Of course.
ano?
Yeah, we will be
You
there.
will really realize, huh? I didn't know that music can be that way.
Okay. Yeah.
So yun yung mga contrasting bipolarity niya. And of course, the choreography is always not just a basic choreography with him. It has a contemporary twist of the classical
Okay.
ballet.
Yeah.
You know, partner, I've noticed that our dancers here are mic'd up. So we can actually have a conversation with them. The queen and the hair.
Not the cat.
Let's include them in our conversation. Can we get your names?
Yes, hi, I'm Regina.
Hi, Regina.
Regina.
Queen Regina.
Queen
Regina.
Regina, yes.
I'm Carlo.
Hi, Carlo.
Regina and Carlo, I wanted to ask our dancers here, what was the most challenging thing for you, the challenging part in translating yung fictional world of Alice in Wonderland into dance, into ballet?
At hindi yung makeup, ah.
Oo. I think the makeup is also challenging. I saw them this
kanina pa
morning.
sila.
They were
Yeah.
super early. Nauna pa sila sa akin. But
course.
what was the most challenging part for you guys?
Actually, yun, character between Rabbit and Alice. For me, kasi yung interpretation ni Misha is really different from the, like, yun sa book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yun sa, like, sa movie.
Yeah.
Somewhat para silang, si Alice is parang childhood ni Rabbit. Parang yun emotions niya or yung character niya nung bata siya.
So,
Parang-
connected sila.
Yes po.
Okay.
Parang si Rabbit, yun niya, parang ano ba to?
Guide.
Oo, guide,
I
gano'n.
like that. So, yan yung spoiler natin, di ba?
Yeah. How about you, Carlo?
Oh, Carlo.
For me naman po, challenging for me is yung pag-shift ng character kasi I'll be doing the hair and I also be doing the white rabbit and at the same time, Tiddledee and Tiddledum.
Oh, okay.
Yung three po is different characters. So I have to shift from one to another.
yeah,
Kulang ba yung dance yung performers ninyo? Baka tatlo yung character mo?
Yeah, like,
Ganun siya kagaling.
Oo nga eh,
diba?
ganun
He
nga
can
eh,
portray
ganun kagaling.
any character.
also for me, because I'm doing the Red Queen also
Yes.
and then Alice at the same time. So, medyo different
Oh,
characters
shifting
sila.
from the Red
From,
Queen to Alice?
Innocent and curious and then kailangan pag Red Queen ka, kailangan
Yeah.
On
Iba yung
top.
aura
Oh,
na kailangan
yes.
eh, di ba? So, and
may command.
Tama yan. And the reason why I want to emphasize more of that, kasi partner, I think you would know from watching all of these different productions na kapag nag-shift ka ng character, lahat umiiba eh. Yung galaw ng katawan mo, yung
Yes.
presence mo, yung aura mo. So, how do you shift mid-production mentally? Kasi yung may switch yun dapat
Yeah,
May
that's
switch
so
yun dapat. We'll
true.
start off with you first kasi you have 3 characters, Carl.
For me po, ginagawa ko po, like before the show, I have to may set of time po ako na on my own space, on my own
Yeah.
self na I have to,
I get that.
I have to think of for example, sa Mad Rabbit, so may inspiration po ako, so I have to think of that. And same din po sa ibang characters.
Okay. How about you?
Well, of course, nagsistart yan from our rehearsals every day in the studio. So, dapat from there pa lang, you're trying to get na each time yung character mo. So, by the time you go on stage or you're in the rehearsal na for like TDR, you're already ready. Of course, you have to internalize every time you go before.
Mabilis na yung
Yes,
yung pag-snap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so difficult. You never entered the stage as the wrong character naman.
Hindi naman
Okay,
po,
good.
syempre.
Making sure lang.
We really have to really focus na,
Oo,
okay,
good,
this
good,
is me
good.
for today.
Ay, mali pala ako dito. So, yeah, I get that.
You know what? I wanted to ask Carlo and Regina. Regina, right?
Yes.
Carlo and Regina, is there a particular scene that you are most excited about or nervous about?
Siyempre yun,
Without giving spoilers, I guess.
siyempre yun nervous naman nandyan yan forever. Hindi siya mawawala.
Okay.
So
Dapat
kasama
lang.
namin yan every time sumasayaw. But for me, yun pinaka-exciting is Red Queen. As in like, yun po talaga yun, ihintayin nyo to pag lumabas siya.
Sige, we're waiting for
Honors.
that. How about you?
Sa akin po, excited po ako sa lahat ng characters na gaganapin ko.
Napaka-diplomatic ang answer mo. Pero sige.
Ano po kasi siya, may iba-iba siyang
Yeah, actually.
may ibang excitement na nabibigay. So, yeah.
All right. No, I love those answers. So, Miss Kathleen, because I don't want to talk about them by asking them about themselves. I want to ask you. Can you tell us a bit more about the performers that you have sa cast ninyo? Because they're obviously very talented to be able to portray
Yeah,
multiple characters
characters.
in the same production. What can you tell us about yung talent level ng craft na to?
Walang choice. Budget. Akala mo,
Honestly, Miss
Oh
Kathleen!
my gosh, that's so funny.
as you are so candid, Paolo.
No, But really, what can you tell us about yung how they've grown? Because the way Ballet Philippines works is that they're a company. They keep the same performers. They grow together. They learn together. Can you tell us a bit more about yung development nila so
You
far?
know, this part, they were talking about their characters,
Yeah.
you know. They are actually rehearsing every day. And
Yeah.
part of the rehearsal actually is about drama.
Really? Okay.
The use of their eyes. You know, one time Misha was telling me, "Oh, our dancer need to use more of their eyelashes." I said, "Okay, false or natural?"
Ayaw nga eh. I was gonna say. Oo.
So yeah, everything in the dance really must use all your muscles, your emotion, and all your parts of your body. And so far, the dancers have been up to par with that technicalities that Misha had been, anong tinatawag, bugbog sa inyo?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really bugbog.
Yeah,
ah.
yeah, yeah. I get
It's
that.
just not rehearsal. He is a very, very nice person, but when it comes to his craft, walang patawad.
Yes.
You know, like you have to be here by 9 to 5 every day. And sometimes I even issued already in the office, please lang, don't forget lunchtime. Kasi sometimes walang mga
Diretso.
lunch.
Yeah, I
Dire-diretso.
understand
So
that.
I had
Yeah.
to call our HR. I said, okay, let's not forget lunch every day.
Yeah, kasi sometimes I guess when you're rehearsing, you get caught up in
Oh yeah, you don't
everything
notice the
and then
time. Hindi
you
mo na
don't-
alam,
yeah.
next day na pala.
Yeah, and
Showtime na pala, di ba?
Oh, diba? I like how they understood what I was saying.
Yeah,
They were
they're
nodding along.
nodding. Yeah, there you go. But you mentioned, Kathleen, that this is for the whole family to watch,
Yeah.
right? A Christmas show for the whole family. Now, for casual theater goers who are going to see this ballet with their families, with their kids, what can they expect? Is this meant for just classical dance lovers or more accessible? May enjoy din ng mga bata who have not seen a ballet show yet?
we have actually bookings for 2 years old.
Oh wow,
So,
okay.
yes, that friendly.
Okay.
And I believe in teaching and exposing children very, very early on.
Yeah.
And we have also our orphanages and orphans coming
Right,
in.
yes.
And so these are not just for the usual ballet aficionados.
Yes.
This is open for everyone. As I've always said, art is not a privilege. It's really for everyone. So this why we chose Alice in Wonderland, it's just basically because it's a happy story. It's full of characters, it's full of wonderful costumes, and the music will just transform you to another world, unrealistic world, dreamy world. But at the end of the show, you will get into your real self.
Yeah. No, I love you're absolutely right when it comes to that. I'm so excited for the younger generation to come in as well and really enjoy this production. And you mentioned something that I really want to ask our dancers about, simply because I've worked with people who have done ballet in the past, and I understand the challenge of being more dramatic, because most of the craft is most of the rehearsal time, or at least when you're learning ballet, is spent on learning ballet. Pero pagdating sa drama, ibang level na rin yun of learning. And I just want, and since you're playing multiple characters, kumusta naman yung challenge na yun? Yung pagiging maarte, madrama, and basically
Acting-wise,
learning
yeah.
how to be theater actors at the same time as dancers.
I think it comes with your experience then in life.
Oo.
I mean, kung...
Ang ganda ng sagot. Go ahead.
Kasi I think madadala mo yun when in terms sa character mo, in each character mo, mabibring out mo yun, mas lalo na i-feel. Yeah, lots of experience in life. May mapaghuhugutan ka, kumbaga.
Perfect. Ikaw, same ba?
Same din po. May mga like daily activities na, like for example, like from simply crossing sa daan. So may kita kaming something. So pwede din namin yung gamitin na inspiration.
Oh, I'm so excited. And that's getting me even more excited to catch the production. Miss Kathleen, when will it be? Where can they get tickets?
December 5, 6, 7, we have a gala on the 5th. And we have on the 6th, 2 o'clock and 7 p.m., as well as Sunday, 2 o'clock and 7 p.m. Actually, the funny thing is, August pa lang, all our shows were bought already.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Congratulations.
Yes,
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's one thing to have a classical ballet in a contemporary twist, but we're really pushing our Filipino original full-length ballets, which we will have at the end of our season in April, which is called Ivatan. About the Batanes people. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
That's interesting. Kathleen will be back for that,
Yeah.
for sure.
Akala ko, Evita
Yes.
sasabihin, Ivatan pala. Oo.
I think
So,
that's our version of it.
Ibang-iba ata yun. I mean, sobrang
Tagalog
ibang-iba.
version.
Tagalog
But a limited. This is a limited show, December 5 to 7 lang. Is there any chance of it like being
Extension?
extended? Yeah. Lalo na sold out na ba?
Wish namin yon, kaya lang the theater space in the Philippines is
Mahirap.
always loaded.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Especially this time of year.
yes, but catch us in our provincial tours. We'll be in Bacolod in February.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yes, and hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of Alice there, although they want panaginip.
Hey, look, it's good that there's so many choices for them. And of course, hopefully, we can promote that as well. But Miss Kathleen, we're running out of time. And normally, we end our show in special ways. And right now, I think we have 3 people to ask here.
Yeah, I know. Our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful? Miss Kathleen, you'd start.
What makes my day beautiful? Coming here, listening to the classical music in the
Oh.
car. It just makes my day perfect.
Oh, I love it.
And that is
That's so simple.
perfect. Regina.
Me waking up every day. That's it. Very simple.
Yeah, no, it is a blessing, and people take
It
it for
is,
granted,
of course. And our dearest hair / rabbit.
Rabbit.
Coffee po.
Coffee!
Coffee!
Yes!
You know what? You're not the first one to answer that, actually, di ba? We've had guests also who said coffee makes their day beautiful. And that's wonderful. Thank you
Napainom
so much
kami.
for joining us.
Thank you so much again, Miss Kathleen. Again, don't forget, you can catch Alice in Wonderland December 5 to 7 over at Solaire. Do get your tickets online and make sure you try and book now because based on what we're hearing, it's selling out fast.
I know, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Which is a good thing.
Which is great.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ballet Philippines President Kathleen Liechtenstein, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, on the cast here of Alice in Wonderland coming this December. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so
Salamat.
much.
Salamat din.
All right, so when we come back, we're going to take a look at the global weather on Weather HQ after a break. Don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still watching Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. Fire rescue teams waded through floodwaters Wednesday night to evacuate residents trapped in one of the country's worst flood in years. 3 days of heavy rain brought record rainfall to Hatyai, flooding hospitals and leaving thousands stranded on rooftops. Thailand has begun airlifting patients and delivering critical supplies as the death toll climbs to 33. Widespread flooding has hit 9 provinces in Thailand and 8 states in Malaysia, forcing nearly 50,000 people to evacuate. In Indonesia, 8 to 13 people are feared dead after floods and landslides this week, with 1 death also reported in Malaysia. The Thai military has deployed boats, helicopters, and its aircraft carrier to rescue residents and bring aid to the affected communities. Still in Southeast Asia, torrential monsoon rains have triggered widespread flooding across northern Malaysia, forcing thousands to evacuate as homes and roads were submerged. In Perlis, residents waded through waist-high floodwaters to save belongings and medicine as water levels rose rapidly in several communities. Across the country, more than 21,000 people have sought shelter in temporary relief centers, with Calentan and Terengganu amongst the hardest-hit states. Authorities warn more heavy rains are expected, urging residents in low-lying areas to stay alert and follow evacuation orders. 1 flood-related death has been reported in Malaysia so far, as rescue teams continue to assist communities cut off by rising waters. Now, we have more when we return here on Beautiful Day. Need real talk love advice or just an outlet? Plug in because our certified love guru, Coach V, is on a roll and ready to take your love calls. Plus your horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua when Beautiful Day returns. Don't go away.
Hi there, welcome back to Beautiful Day. Is today going to be a lucky day for us or not? Let's go find out from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po, ang araw-araw na trending inaabangang horoscope ngayong araw ng Thursday, November 27. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. May minor error sa report na kailangan itama agad-agad. Blue at 4. Ox na tayo, magandang araw para sa mga light stretching at mga yoga exercise. Yellow at 3. Kay Tiger naman tayo may pabonus na darating na hindi mo inaasahan. Orange at 2. Kay Rabbit naman tayo maglakad-lakad sa labas kahit saglit para ma-refresh ang energy. White at 5. Kay Dragon naman tayo panahon na para ayusin ang financial goals. Green at 1. Kay Snake naman tayo maging mas maingat sa confidential na mga dokumento. Pink at 9. Kay Horse naman tayo maging sweet. Kay partner ngayong araw, ipakita na na-appreciate mo rin siya. Silver at 7. Kay Sheep naman tayo, i-check ang reward points o mga e-wallet balance. Baka may libreng item. Red at 6. Monkey naman tayo, may hinihintay kang approval. Makukuha mo na mamaya yan. Violet at 8. Kay Rooster naman tayo, maging tapat, honest kay partner. Kahit maliit na issue, dapat pinag-uusapan. Gold at 9. Kay Dog naman tayo, iwasan ang sobrang pagpupuyat dahil sa pag-i-scroll. Napupuyat ka dyan. Brown at 3. Kay Pig naman tayo, may kasamang kilig ang simpleng usapan yung dalawa. Green at 9. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang dahil ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, as always, Master Hans Kua. So my horoscope today is I need to check my rewards or my e-wallet balance. Baka raw may freebie.
Ay, alam mo,
Baka may bonus.
Kaka-payday sale lang if I'm not mistaken. Or magpa-payday sale pala.
Payday sale.
Yes, I think there are a few apps.
Ano ba ngayon? 11? No, 12-12.
No, May 12, pero may payday sale
Payday
din.
sale,
that,
yeah.
I think should happen over the weekend. And that means...
Ooh, exciting.
That means maghihintay ulit si Anne until next month because mauubos yung pera niya. But of course, when it comes
What's
to...
yours?
Mine is to appreciate yung partner ko. Sakto pang love hacks mamaya, di ba?
Oo nga.
Appreciate the partner.
Oy, partner mo
more.
rin ako. Appreciate mo ko.
Romantic partner.
Romantic
And then,
partner ba? Sabi ni Master Hans. Sabi ba yan, romantic partner? Sabi lang yung partner in general.
Oh, fine.
Ay,
I
nako.
appreciate you also. Fine. Ang aga mo palagi. Okay? Appreciation ko. But we also have things over on social media who are showing their
No.
appreciation to you.
No.
They don't appreciate you? They don't appreciate to you?
I don't want to talk anymore. No, just
Nako.
kidding. On Facebook, we got Jusan Romeo saying, "Good day, ma'am, sir." Talagang ma'am, sir na tayo like yesterday. From Boboy Iban Arances, he's saying hi. To Mads Arv saying hello to us. I think he's our former audioman. Sabi niya, former audioman Jan, more power. Sabi niya to Ma'am Ann and Sir Paolo. Thank you so much, RV,
Thank you so much.
for tuning in. And also on YouTube, we have Jason Manalo, we have Benj. These are our viewers who are giving their opinion on the news items that
Yeah.
we were talking about
Yeah.
kanina. Red Titan is there. And to Jean saying, good morning, watching from QC using my box channel 41. Wow.
I like, guys, we love finding
is
out
a
how
box
you're
channel?
watching. Kasi, wait lang, how do I explain this to Anne?
Ano yung box?
Ah,
yung ano?
yung basta-
Parang
yung-
cable?
Yeah, I don't want to say the brands din kasi. But then yeah, it's what you attach to yung mga
yung
TV.
cable. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So anyway, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming on and
joining
watching.
us.
And
Yes.
wherever you are around the world, do let us know how you're watching and of course what you think about the show and what you think about Anne. Siya lang. We have a lot
Appreciate
to
me.
appreciate her. We have a lot to discuss. So there's the link right below, by the way. On youtube.com/@BNCPHL. Now, we have a lot to talk about, and we have a special guest coming on for Coach V. In
Yes.
fact, he's coming in all the way from Puerto Rico.
Puerto
right?
Rico. That is
Via
where the
Zoom.
next Miss Universe is going to happen,
You
by
see,
the way.
that's the reason why he's there. He's going to be our correspondent on the ground.
The next Miss,
For
next year
next
pa yun
year.
eh.
Oh, nandun
Pero
na siya. No.
in advance mag-isip. But
Yeah.
real stories, straightforward opinions, practical advice. Get comfy, get truthful, and let Coach V help untangle the matters of your heart right here on Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad.
Beautiful day, Coach V.
Beautiful day, Pao and Ann, and to everyone who's watching.
And thank you so much for being here, as always, Coach V. And because Coach V is such an international superstar,
know.
we actually have someone coming in via Zoom from Puerto Rico. His name is Zachary Lee. Zachary, there.
Hi, Zach.
Yes, I am here. Hello,
There
everybody.
you go.
Thank you so much for coming on. And, before we go straight to your question, Coach V obviously has a big following wherever she goes around the world. And you told us right before you came on that you have been a fan of Coach V for quite some time. So can you tell us a bit more about that, how you got into following her? And
Yeah.
of course, what's your favorite bit of content that you've consumed just watching her and listening?
Absolutely. Well, I actually found her in a funny way through ChatGPT.
ChatGPT,
Yeah,
okay.
ChatGPT. You're probably the only one who found her that way, but I'm actually, relocating to BGC in a few weeks. So, ahead of that trip, I did some research, and I was looking to understand the dating landscape a little bit better, in BGC, Manila, and the Philippines more broadly. And one of the things that really stood out to me about you, Coach V, is I think how you're trying to change the stereotype of why people are coming to the Philippines for dating and more empowering, finding powerful women and who are really succeeding in life and matching them with people who are visiting. So I thought that was a very interesting angle that you have, Coach.
Oh wow, I'm speechless. I'm so surprised ChatGPT recommends
You know what?
Coach
I'm
V.
actually wondering what prompt you put in, Zach, to find Coach V on ChatGPT. What was your prompt?
Well, I was kind of like, I need help here because I want to, start to get some connections before I actually, get to the country,
I
just so I can
understand.
learn, the language and the culture.
Okay.
So that's
All right,
fun.
no, that's really interesting. And
Super interesting.
I
yeah.
like how you're coming into this wanting a bit more knowledge before you even arrive here, and that's obviously going to be a great point. But
Yeah,
right
very
now, what
smart.
is your big question here for Coach V?
Yeah, well, actually, I have a bit of a more serious question. I was wondering, Coach V, what are some tips, that you may have to evaluate long-term compatibility early on before you're, emotionally attached and all of that? I think that's a very interesting window of time and a very important one. Curious for your thoughts on that.
All right. Zach, first, thank you so much. All the way from Puerto Rico, huh? But your heart is already in the Philippines. I love that.
It kind of is. It kind of is right now, yeah.
Wonderful. Now, I love your question because you're talking about long-term compatibility. And this is what I talk about like on TV and online, There's a lot of foreigners who are coming here in the Philippines, not just to go on and do like touristy stuff. Like some of you are coming here to really find somebody who can be a life partner. And so Zach, if I talk about compatibility, there are 3 things that usually we measure to match our clients before we introduce them to our Filipina matches. Okay, so the 3 things are: number 1, nervous system; second is lifestyle rhythm; and then the third one, and the most important, is your conflict style. So which one do you want me to expound first?
Oh, they're all so interesting, and I haven't heard of the first 2 very much. Maybe the conflict style, though. We'd be interested in your thoughts on that.
Conflict style. So it's very easy to be kind and to be sweet and to be, agreeable when you're feeling good and you like your partner. But it's becoming more difficult when the days are coming wherein you dislike your partner, right? So conflict style could be, are you an avoidant, or is your partner like loves to talk? Because if you're an avoidant and the Filipina match that you have loves to do a lot of talking, which sometimes we love to do, admittedly.
Of course, of course.
It's going to be very hard to solve a conflict because I would want to talk, but you want some space. So those are the things that we want to know ahead of time so that we could heads up our client, hey, just remember the Filipina that you're dating right now is loves to connect. So if you have an avoidant style, you have to understand that she needs to talk before you have before you go to your man cave. Do you have any thoughts, Pao and Anne?
I'm actually learning here because this is the first time siguro that we've gone on almost itemized list of or checklist rather of things that Coach V wants to check out when properly matching people. Ako personally, as I'm going to try and do this in pure English so Zach can understand.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I got you, brother. Yeah, the avoidance of the conflicts, we've referenced that on the show before.
Yes,
but I
correct.
think, and what we haven't heard in general, I don't know, what's your thoughts when you heard nervous system?
Nervous system? What makes you nervous? I don't know. But it's my first time to hear also that you actually ask for the conflict style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is one of the factors that you also consider when you're making your matches.
Absolutely, because the misconception is we match them through their hobbies. Hobbies are not important because hobbies you could learn.
Yes.
But most of the
I agree with
problem
that,
that comes up when it comes to relationship is biological. So one of the biological will be your like nervous system. Are they sync? Because there are nervous systems that are very reactive, di ba? I'm tempted to speak in Tagalog, but we're gonna speak in English now for Zach.
Yeah.
So there are men and women who are very reactive. Like you just tease them a little bit, they react immediately. But there are also nervous system that, it feels like they have a lot of patience. Like you have room to explain and they're not gonna say something immediately.
Okay, yeah.
So imagine if you have a very reactive partner, then even if whenever they feel bad, that's when they say things that they can't take back. And that's harsher when it comes to relationship.
Isn't it a bit difficult to I don't know, to factor that in, because sometimes these kinds of reaction, it comes out during the moment
Yes,
itself.
because
Can you actually anticipate things like this?
Yeah, it's hard to self-evaluate. I think that's what the point you're bringing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why when we work with a client, we don't just get to know them this week and then match them next week.
Okay.
It takes us from 1 to 3 months to actually before we send them on a date.
Really?
So it's really that
easy,
prep time.
It's easy to say that, I'm a patient person. I don't get mad easily. But when you're in that situation, which only happens when it's just the two of them together, then that's when your real personality, your real attitude, that's when it comes out.
Zach,
right?
what do you think, Zach, hearing all of this, that there's this timeline, that it will take some time, that it's not an instant fix as soon as you get here? What's your reaction to that?
I think that's very, mature and realistic. And looking back at some of the mistakes I've made, kind of moving a little bit, too quickly, especially when I was younger, I think that can be a temptation. If you move too fast, you really don't have time to actually take a more pragmatic and, patient and careful view of someone, and you may make the wrong choice or make a rush decision. So I really respect that advice.
I love that Zach is sharing this, because some of my foreigner clients have actually this struggle wherein the misconception is, oh, they're foreigners, they're not very expressive. But many of my foreigner clients, their problem would be, I fall in love too easily. Just like what Zach is sharing.
Very vulnerable.
My gosh, right? So I love hearing this directly from them, because that corrects a lot of misconception, like, oh, I don't wanna be in a relationship with a foreigner or an AFAM because they're not expressive. They don't show their emotions. No, actually, they may show their emotions sooner than later.
He has that vulnerable side in him, right, Zach?
Yes.
You know what they call that
that-
in Tagalog? I'll teach you a word.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
don't do
please.
this. Okay.
They call it marupok.
Marupok. No.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Marupok.
Yeah.
Marupok.
Marupok.
Yeah, don't be marupok.
Marupok
Thanks to
means,
Coach B.
yes, marupok means easy to get or easy to fall in love.
Yeah. You easily fall.
Yeah, it also means weak.
Weak in love.
Weak in love.
Maybe
weak in love.
a little bit more sensitive than usual, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not so bad. It's actually
It's
cute
not-
to be
yeah.
marupok. It's
That's
also
true.
vulnerability.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure. No, but Coach V, I think we bring up a good point here, because we talk about the nervous system, we talk about the conflict styles, and the
Yes.
third point that you want to bring
It's
up.
the lifestyle rhythm.
Yes, so what does that
Lifestyle
mean?
rhythm.
So that's when you look at their sleep, their money, the food that they eat, even the exercise. Because sometimes when a person is very into self-improvement, what we've noticed is whether they like it or not, there is also a assumption that my partner is also self-improving. So for example, I'm a person who goes to the gym, eat healthy, practice a very healthy lifestyle, then my assumption would be my partner will join me in that endeavor, because your partner could either pull you up or pull you down,
Yeah.
right? So people who are into self-improvement, I mean, it's nice to have a partner like that, but just a warning, if they're into self-improvement, you might as well self-improve, or else they're gonna feel like, oh, I'm doing all this level up, and you're not doing anything.
You'll be left behind.
You'll be left behind.
Yeah, okay.
So the lifestyle rhythm is like that. It has to be in sync as well, or at least closer to each other.
Okay.
That's so interesting. It feels very personal, though. You mentioned kasi finances. You mentioned
Yes.
finances. You mentioned where they want to go, and normally they have a set goal of where they want to go, right?
Yes.
How do you end up matching that? Because it's one thing to say something like, I want to do this X, Y, or Z, but then in actuality, in what's actually happening, it sometimes the sync is not quite there.
Absolutely. And when I say sync, it doesn't have to be they're the same. For example, when it comes to finances, do they have to be, earning the same level of amount of money? Not really.
Okay.
So when we talk about finances, it's more on their attitude. Am I a spender? Am I a giver? Especially like Zach, for you, just to set your expectation, you'll be dating Filipinas. And Filipinas, many of us are supporting our families. And so if you wanna marry a good Filipina, like a breadwinner Filipina, you have to be okay with their money being shared to their families and their money not going 100% into your shared bank account. So how do you feel about that, Zach?
I think that's actually something maybe we've lost touch with in, America. And, we just put our elders in a nursing home and don't visit them. And I think, we may be going the wrong direction on that. So I have a lot of affinity for it. And, but, that's why I think power couple config is good, since there'll be plenty to go around and it won't be negatively impacting like our immediate family that we're building. So
I feel like Zach is such a good person.
Thank you so much.
Hearing those
Wow.
answers,
Very
like you know what,
humble.
it's true because my I have an aunt who lives in Fremont, and she works in a care center, in a care facility where they bring the seniors, and she actually brought us there the last time I went to the U.S. and she made us visit the care facility, and I saw the status of the old people there. It really breaks your heart because as Filipinos, we don't neglect our elders. They live
Yeah,
with us until they die.
Yeah, I think it's a very Asian thing.
Him realizing this, that it's something that's lost to maybe the American people, it's nice because it doesn't just show vulnerability, but it also shows, his deep respect for family, for the elders in your family, right, Zach?
Yeah, Zach, actually that brings us
100%.
to our question. Can you tell us a bit more about your background in terms of like where you're from, because that will also be a factor I'm sure Coach V is
Yeah.
going to get into. You don't have to give us your financial statement. Don't worry about that.
Maybe
But,
just your family, right?
yeah, I mean,
Do you come from a big family?
like what part of the States are you from? And that'll actually already give us a big clue of more about you.
And Pao, the
Yeah.
most important question, Zach, will be why the Philippines?
That too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach.
Okay. So I'm born and raised in Ohio. I definitely do come from a more Christian conservative family, and I was actually homeschooled my entire life. So my parents really wanted to protect me from the world, and my grandparents are missionaries, and my mom was a missionary in the Philippines. So I'm definitely more traditional, I would say, than the average
Okay.
American, which I see that as something that, to say why the Philippines, I think there's a more of a traditional value that's held by more people. So I'm excited to
You mentioned
to
your
experience
mom
that,
was a
but
missionary here?
She built a school in Leyte in the late 70s. Yep.
Oh, really? So have you ever been to the Philippines, or has your family been back here?
I have not been ever, so I'm very excited. January I'll be here, and
So
but I've
now-
heard a lot of good things.
Now we know our first AFAM guest from Puerto Rico will be Zach when he comes to the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, no,
Here in the
we'll give him a
studio.
few months with you first and see what happens from that point on. But Zach,
Good
we're
luck.
running out of time here, but we want to say thank you for being so honest and so candid, and we hope that you enjoy your time here in the Philippines once you do get here. And, if things do work out with Coach V, hopefully we could have you and your partner eventually on the show in
Yeah,
the future.
that
So
would be great.
really appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in from Puerto Rico. I know you didn't have to wake up early because it's 6 in the evening there, or 7 in the evening there. So we're all
Not
good.
too much effort.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
It's been an honor,
Zach.
Oh,
Coach
and
V.
sorry, Zach, before we
Bye.
let you go, we have one final question here.
Oh, yeah. Zach, our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful?
I think watching Coach V's reels, and getting that knowledge, I would say, makes me smile every time. So yeah, that's up there.
There you go, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
so
Thanks
much.
for joining us. Good luck
You're
to
so welcome.
you.
Yes, sir.
Zach, all the way from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. He unfortunately will not be there for the Miss Universe pageant.
Nandito naman siya sa Philippines.
Nandito na
So
siya.
he'll be watching it from here.
Yes, and he'll understand how it's the World Cup for us. every year.
Exactly. And thank you, Coach V, for joining us today.
Of
We will
course.
see you again next week.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
if people want to send you messages, questions, of course, they just send it
DM
your
you.
way on Instagram.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. DM me at Dating Coach V. And of course, we also have our text line here. It's 0927975125 if you want to have some of your love problems, love challenges solved using science.
Yes, and of course, if you want to be here live on studio, you're going to have to go through an audition process hosted by Asis-Carilo. If you're okay with her,
Prepare
you're
your
okay
song
with Coach
number.
Vic. Prepare your song,
Song number.
Kailangan may dance number rin. And of course, kailangan Christmas theme kasi malapit na yung Pasko. In
Yes.
fact, how many days till Christmas? We have around, ladies and gentlemen, 28 beautiful days till Pasko.
Bilis.
Wow, binalangaw talaga yung oras. Time flies. And that's a wrap on our show this Thursday, November 27. Thank you so much for joining us. Ako po si Paolo de Rosario. Remember, keep it cool and take it easy.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead, and always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful Day.